joining on catch up because no one's going to be in here at the moment because I've literally just started. So I'm going to do what I usually do. So just spin on to about the 5 minute mark, I'd say. Just going to do my usual spamming and then we'll be good to go. So I need to put it on Facebook. I think that's about it. Where am I? Here. Your channel. I've got a video uploading as we speak on my Wi-Fi, so I'm using my phone internet to stream this. So, and now I'm watching myself on here. So, yes. And now I'm watching myself. You was expecting me half an hour ago, Ian? No, no, no. It's always this time, 9:30. I try and make it 9:30 at least. I don't think I do 9 o'clock. Maybe maybe I'm wrong. I'm live. Come in and say hello. A likely story. No, no, it definitely is 9:30, I assure you. I've not lost it just yet. Soon, but not just yet. Post. There we go. I might as well remove ChatGPT. I've been playing with ChatGPT. Leave this page. It's coming up with some funky thumbnails, but they might be worth trying because I think my thumbnails suck. And they're coming up with some funky ones, but maybe the funky ones are what attract people, the clickbaity types, without hopefully being clickbaity. Post that one. 12 minutes left until my upload drops. They attract the wrong people. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't get very good click rate impression on my YouTube videos. So like it will tell you how your thumbnails do in terms of people seeing them and clicking your video, and normally get about like between 3 and 5%, which really isn't good. I think the healthy range is like 10%. So I'm definitely doing something wrong. So yeah, maybe I really need to up my game, but I just don't know what to do, and I really can't be asked with it. You spend too much time editing and stuff, and you get to the thumbnail and you're like, oh, can't be bothered. Which is really, really lazy, I know. It was meant to be a Panzer Ace stream as well today, but they've a couple of them have got colds and such. So, well, no, one's got a cold, and the other one's got duties with his wife. I think she's taking him shopping or something. So, yeah, we'll postpone it till next week, and hopefully we'll get a couple more on. I know. I think Mikey, one of the Panzer Aces, he's keen to jump on. He just seems to. He went to Normandy, so he missed the what was going to be last week's one. I think we postponed it to this week. Now we've postponed it again till next week, which will hopefully be good. So we can close those off. Right, so I've done all my spamming. And just wait for people to start rocking up and asking questions and such of a suchness. I'll just try and probably keep this one a little bit shorter, just because I've got work early in the morning. Quite early actually, so probably just make it a 45-minute stream today. I'd like to do an hour, but I think I'll make it 45 minutes just because I want to try and get some sleep if I can. I always say that though, and it ends up going longer than what I planned. So, but yeah. So what have you been working on? Are you still on the KNIL? What, you can rest when you're dead? 2 hour stream. Yeah, I might do a longer stream in July. I've been thinking there's a reason I want to do a longer stream. So maybe I'll do like a 3 or 4 hour stream. I don't know. Um, and paint and such. I was thinking doing like a 12 hour or 24 hour challenge, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work with my young son. So maybe like a 3 or 4 hour stream might be the way to go. And my phone would probably die. I haven't thought about that. Ryan Scare Model World, hello. Good morning, no, afternoon where you are. You're in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning to Ian, though. Good evening from Australia. John, you are crazy, mate. You should be fast asleep. Here I am complaining that I'm only going to make it a 45-minute stream because I'm going to be going to sleep soon. And you're wide awake, giving me giving me some love at this time is fantastic. So thank you very much. Inspo, I think you could do a 24-hour challenge. I don't think you can get much crazier. Yeah, I don't know how I would do that. I'd have to get a splitter to charge my phone and hook up my microphone, or I'd have to use the shoddy microphone on my phone. I'm Ghost, but good morning. Good morning to you, mate. You're from the US as well, aren't you? St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. And Ross Gamer also good afternoon here. Yes, in the UK. Fantastic. I knew that, mate. I knew. I remember my memory's not too cloudy at the minute, which is good. Should we see how? So the video for this weekend is almost uploaded. We've got at the 95% mark. So those of you that are channel members, you'll be able to see that video in the next hour, I would say. And it's another 172 video. So what did you guys make of my post? I cheekily put that I might just make 172 content going forward. It was a bit of a silly remark. I wasn't really being too serious, but I might start pumping some more 172 scale videos. They seem to be doing a lot better than the rest of my content, especially like the plastic toy soldiers. So yeah, I might start pushing those a bit more. I mean, it's still relevant to wargaming, especially World War II wargaming, but I think it's going to help the channel. But I'll be interested to know what you guys think about that. You know, every time you read anything about YouTube, it always says you have to have a niche. Have to have a niche, otherwise people just go to, they have their favorites they go to. Whereas mine's a bit spread, different scales, all related to World War II for the most part. But some scale models, some wargaming figures, etc. But I think it's because a lot of your audience grew up with 172 airfix. Yeah, that's right. As well as the army men, so the Revel and the Italieri Eschi sort of stuff. They do seem very popular though, and it's helped in terms of subscribers and videos, views. So yeah, it's given me a lot of food for thought. Is that the right thing? Hopefully, it's given me a lot of things to think about in terms of what direction do I want the channel to go in, and to try and make it grow. I want to take it to the next step now. 10K was always my mark this year, but then if I can get to 10K this year, which we're on track to do, what do I want to do after the 10K? Do I want to try and make like 20K in 2 years, perhaps? That's going to be quite difficult. But if I can target a specific audience, perhaps it will help me grow. Brian's put, I brought some British Land Regiment Zulu Wars 1879 over the weekend. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a really good period to research. I'm not so sure about wargaming. You'll need 1,000 Zulus. There's thousands of them. But the Rorke's Drift set is awesome as well. I really do like that Rorke's Drift set from Warlord Games. But it's expensive. Very, very expensive. I remember when I first got it, because I bought it a few times and sold it, but when I first got the Rorke's Drift set from Warlord, it was like, I'm going to say like £150. Maybe a bit cheaper. Maybe maybe it was £200, but now it's like £400. It's so expensive. Ian's, but I would kill for some FX 136 toy soldiers. Those things are so detailed. Yeah, I've seen some of those coming up. I believe I've got some 132 scale stuff heading this way, or 135th scale stuff heading this way. So yeah, I might try and get some of that on the channel. That seems to do pretty well as well. But that's what I mean. If I start going down that path of now I'm adding on another scale, I don't really have a niche as such. I have quite a broad range of what I cover. But perhaps that's not a bad thing either, you know. I'm not. I'm just really not too sure. I just want to crack this bloody algorithm, you know. Now it's starting to bug me. Ryan's put that the Zulus will have to wait. Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a lot of Zulus, but start with the British. You know, paint a few of them up in their red coats, and then go with the Zulus. But the Zulus shouldn't be too difficult to batch paint because they're not wearing too much kit. So, um, and just make sure you get the right shields. Depending on the regiment, you want to make sure you paint the shields correctly, depending on what battle you want to depict. So let's see how this. So we've got 4 minutes left on this video. It's taking a long time to upload. I think I started this process like 3 hours ago. So um, we're almost there. But that's the problem of transferring your videos across in 4K. It can take a while. Batch paint British then, any ideas? Yeah, you could. I mean, you could spray paint them all or airbrush them all red and then paint the details on. That might be a good way of batch painting the British red coats, but I'm not too sure what would be a good idea for that, to be honest. It's going to be difficult. It depends how detailed you want to make the figures, you know. Um, yeah, pure red airbrush maybe. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, mate. Yeah, just a nice red. I believe somebody is it Scarlet Red from AK Interactive? I think I saw that somewhere, and that looked quite nice for a British red coat color. So yeah, definitely give that a go if you've got access to AK paints, that is. But what else is everyone working on? Is there much else going on? So, I'm currently working on obviously videos. I've got a 28mm Soviet that I'm going to be posting a picture of soon and then doing a video on it. Oh, I've got the video, editing the video. Um, and what else have I been working on? So we've got the Punics, so we've got the Numidians, and we've got the Continental US infantry for the American War of Independence. And then we've got a 172, I think he's Revel, Fallschirmjäger, that I'll be painting up as well. He's tropical though, I believe. I think he's in tropical uniform, so I'll be painting him up in those sorts of like desert trousers. I'm not sure if the tropical splinter or the tropical did the tropical Fallschirmjäger have different splinter pattern? I don't think so. I think it just remained the same. Brian says he's just found 300 spawns as well. Oh, that's good. You can recreate the movie. uh, Ryan's put right now assembling second set of victories, 28mm Germans. Wow, that's a lot of figures considering you get quite a lot. Was it 46 or something in that set? There's a lot of figures. He's put for a channel called Painting Panzers, that's a lot of non-Panzer content. Yes, I know, mate. It's terrible. That's another thing I've been contemplating, whether I'm due a name change. Um, because I don't paint a lot of Panzers. That was my initial plan when I started, was to paint a lot of Flames of War tanks. And then for whatever reason, everyone just wanted to see uniforms and infantry. So yes, I'm gonna have to come up with some ideas for potential name change in the future. Perhaps when I hit 10K, I might change the channel name and logo and such. But then do I just keep it and just go, you know what, sod it, it doesn't matter if people go, oh, that's, you know, the name doesn't match what you're doing. But again, when you read like YouTube Basic 101, how to do really well, it's normally have a good channel name that's gives a good impression of what you're actually doing. Ian's put, it was your non-Panzer KNIL video that brought me in. Yes, I know that, mate, but that's only because I spammed it on the May 40 Facebook page. Um, uh, but yeah, I know. I mean, the name doesn't really make a big difference, does it? Uh, I think when I first made this YouTube channel, it was more like, oh, painting panzers. If somebody put that in YouTube, in Google, that would come up with my channel. Um, but then, yeah, now I feel like a bit of a hypocrite, or not hypocrite, but I feel like a bit of a cop out because I don't really paint many panzers. But that I do intend to do it. It's just people want uniforms more than they do want tanks on my channel, probably because there's a lot of tank painting channels out there. Ryan's, but do you ever buy too many minis? Yes, exactly. Yeah, you never buy too many, do you? Just don't tell your partner. Irons put, I wouldn't name change, it's how you are known. Beast of War changed their name and it took them forever to get back to their pre-change numbers. Oh, really? Okay. That was my worry. I have thought about that. And I mean, do people really care um, about the name? Does it make that much of a difference? It's a good one for you guys to ask. Perhaps I should put it out to a poll, perhaps. Is a name change a good idea? Yeah, I don't want to get to 10K mark, change my name, and then drop off the face of the earth. That would be annoying. Jeffrey's put painting 172. Yeah, that would be nice. Although I believe, is it Primo 172? I'm not sure where he's based, maybe Germany, but he paints some 172. I think it's exclusive 172 figures and buildings, and he does some really good stuff. It's worth checking out. I can link his channel if you guys want to know. Um, hmm. Ryan's, but I was tempted to buy Victrix Vikings, but there are so many here. I know, just constantly buying models. And he's put, no, I was just joking about the name. But yeah, I know, mate. I know you were joking. I know. But it gets me thinking anytime, you're not the only one that's joked about it too. Even on the Discord, people are like, when are you going to start painting some tanks? Yeah, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot. But I think you tend to overthink things as well. I'm terrible for overthinking stuff, especially when it comes to my channel. Um, I'm constantly like, how am I going to beat this algorithm? I type in like, I've been using ChatGPT for ideas the last few days just for fun, just to see what does it reckon and stuff. And it gives you like the basics of YouTube and whatnot. And I think I'm expecting greatness, but it's such a niche market unless I start painting like purely like scale models at like 1/35th scale, or if I go to like Warhammer, then that's the way you can normally try and get some good traction. Um, but because like historical wargaming is quite niche, it's difficult to like reach the stars. Cherry's put watch Tank Fest for inspiration. Yeah, I know. It's not even that. It's just I love to airbrush, but I don't really get too much time to airbrush these days because it's in the garage and such. So, I mean, it hasn't had a good workout for a while. I really do need to get the airbrush fired up at some point soon. But yeah, I have to think about the name change. I don't think I will do it. I don't think I will because, like I said, I've had this debate with myself. But it is interesting. Mike Taylor, hi everyone. Good more afternoon. I keep getting it wrong. You're in the UK. Good afternoon. I love the shirt, mate. I absolutely love the shirt. It's good to see you representing the Painting Panzers crew. Hopefully, we'll get you on a live stream soon. You can jump on your phone as well, Mike, so don't be too shy. But I will throw out to any Panzer Ace that wants just to do a private live stream. We can do that as well, so we don't show any faces and stuff. That's not aimed at you. I just need to put that on the Discord. Ryan's, but I haven't brought Flames of War sets since my birthday. The prices have gone up a bit. Yeah, all prices have, mate. All prices have. I believe you're going to be really struggling to find like super cheap models like we used to be able to, but you're paying for pretty good quality. I mean, Battlefront are normally pretty good with their quality. Their thermoplastic weren't great, but apparently they've been getting better. I haven't got any, so I can't say like the full sets. But yeah. Adam Modern Painter. But hello, what make is your lamp, please? And would you recommend it? Yes, I'd absolutely recommend it. It is the um, Neat-Fi. I think it's Neat-Fi XL. I wonder if you can see it on that one. It's popular, very popular. It's going to be backwards, isn't it? I can type it in the chat. You probably already know about it. It's expensive, and I only have the one. It's very expensive, but it's really good, really, really good light. So it's worth an investment if you're going to be doing this for on a regular basis. I used to use a really shitty like IKEA light, and that hasn't seen the light of day. I only have one of these. I know some people have two, one on each side. Um, but yeah, I would absolutely recommend it, but it's an investment, right? It's an investment, so just be aware that it's going to cost you a bit of money. But I've had it for a year or two now, and it seems to be doing well, really, doing really well at the minute. So that's really good. Mike said, "Yes, mate, not shy or happy to join." Yeah, I know, mate. I was sorry, it wasn't aimed at you. I have to do the talking as if people are going to watch it on catch up as well. So, you just got me thinking about it because you said about your phone. I think I paid 35 quid for one set at the time. What was that for, Ryan? And Dakota's put higher. Hello, Dakota. Thanks for joining. Where are you joining us from? So far, I think we've only got the UK and the US in the house at the moment. So if anyone else, we have had a few Europeans join in recently. So be good to see some more. Ah, Maryland, very nice. So it would be good morning to you as well. Um, what's everyone working on? So I've spoke to a few of you guys, said what you're working on, but I know Mike's been working on his SS, his Waffen SS. I've seen those on the Discord server, which has been good. Ryan's put his working on. Oh, sorry, the silencer I brought. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense, mate. And because I was the guy who posted the Hungarian gendarmerie this past week on Facebook. Finally get to watch shoot. Ah, yes, I do remember that was a lovely figure as well. Really, really nice figure. It's but finally get to watch a stream. Yes, you caught me, mate. You got on there. That's awesome. Yeah, so fire away any questions you want. Um, Happy to answer any. We are just talking about a name change. Are you in favor of a name change, or do you think the name is suitable? And if you do want a name change, I would happily take some suggestions as well. He's been lazy on the hobby front. But that's not an excuse, mate. Come on. Even if you are in floodwaters and your house is floating off down the road, we want some of those models painted up. Mike's put it started an SDKFZ 250. Fantastic. Have you researched what vehicles were at Arnhem for your Germans? Because I was just watching, I think it's Einsatz Arnhem. It's a book, but there's a live stream on it or something. So I really want to look a bit more into it because the German armor at Arnhem is actually quite difficult to work out what was there. I think somebody has a page on what on what the British actually disabled, and it was like a King Tiger, a Panzer IV, a couple of Stugs, and then a whole heap of like half tracks and trucks. But I want to know what else was there. Like, was the Griller there? I know we had well, the Germans had the French Char B one with the flamer. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Dakota's put that he likes the name. Ah, fantastic. That's good. That's good. It seems to be a common thing. Is everyone's in agreement that the name should stay then. So that's good. I don't have to come up with a name change. Ian's put, I know. Did you see the KNO Kickstarter update? I did. So it's given us some good hope. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to allow for another round of purchasing before the release, which is good. So hopefully we'll get it by the end of the year, right? So fingers crossed. Mike's, but I think they were chucking everything they had into the mix. Yeah, I'd be interested to. I just want to know what type of vehicles they had. Like, was it like if they had? I know when you read books on the British talk about SP guns, um, but like I'm wondering, was it like a Grilla K or a Grilla H? Was it Marders? Different types of Marders. I think I've seen. I think Mikey posted a painting of a Marder One. Was it Marder One? It looked like a funky Marder. Um, that somebody had painted, so I guess that was there as well. Ian's put that the KNIL will hopefully be out sooner. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be keen to get my hands on it, on that. I just want to paint the guy with the Japanese flag. And I think it's time for a new KNIL video, maybe an updated one. I still think the green that I've got isn't right. The uniform's so hard to get the green right, though. Because it is like a bright green, but it's also dark. It's such an interesting green. Ryan's put that most of the Flames of War sets are not on Amazon anymore. What happened to them? I'm not too sure, buddy. I know Battlefront have been a little bit more strict on who they give stock to and stuff. So yeah, I'm not really too sure, bud. I'm not too sure. Mike's put that Stugs were definitely there. Yes, yes, absolutely. Stugs. We know that there was King Tigers there. Yes, the airborne called every tank they encountered a tiger. Yes, so did the Americans. The Brits were no different. But I know when you read stories of the Americans in Normandy, every German tank was a tiger, and every gun was an 88 millimeter gun. But I don't think the US encountered tigers at the very start of Normandy. I think that was the Brits that caught the tigers to start off with. But luckily, we had the 17-pounder to deal with those. Mike says, Ainsport is a funky green. Yes, it is definitely a funky green. It's such a weird green. I might just take a photo and just go to my local game store and just go through each of the racks and just be like, what green matches close to this? Because people don't like mixing colors, especially not for a base color. I get a highlight or a layer, but not a base color. So yeah. To go to put less than 10 for the US at Normandy. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's more than I actually thought. I thought I read somewhere that they didn't encounter any tigers at the start of Normandy. But yeah, okay, so there was a couple of or half a dozen to a dozen tigers for the US. So that's interesting. But I imagine there would have been a hell of a lot of Panthers. So they're just as deadly with that gun they've got there. They had plenty of Piats to go around. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be really fancying my chance if I came up with a tiger and I was just carrying a Piat. I mean, it's better than a grenade, I suppose, but yeah, I think I'd rather like a oh yeah, what would I rather? Another tiger. Tiger against tiger. That would probably be right, maybe a Firefly, but if that tiger fires a round into you, you're pretty much toast. Yeah, maybe just fly like a P-47 Thunderbolt or something with rockets. That would be better. Bring up the Piat, says Mike. Yep, definitely. Gotta have the mustache and the airborne beret. Mike has put afternoon. Good day, Mikey. Thanks for joining, mate. Are you guys gonna be joining us for the live stream next week? So we've got the Panzer Races live stream next week. So hopefully you guys will be able to join us for that one, get the numbers of it. We're talking all things Tigers, Normandy, potential name change. Are you guys in favor of a name change, Mikey and Mike? And as well, thank you for the lamp. Thank you for the lamp advice. Forgot to say, love your figure painting. Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want any links or anything for the lamp. There is some other alternatives out there, but it's difficult. It's like when I was trying to source a camera because I'm still looking for a new camera. It's quite hard to actually nail it down. as to what to invest in. But I like my lamp. My lamp's very good. So yeah, recommended. Mikey's put that he's keen. That's fantastic. Good, mate. Name change? No, it's not. It's not happening. I've been debating for a short while. Is the name a bit like clickbaity? Because I don't really do much Panzer painting. But then I do believe that there is a shop in the UK called Panzers, isn't it? It's like a supermarket, so maybe they're clickbaity too. Or maybe I should do them for like defamation. They're stealing my channel name. Mike's put that he likes the name Painting Paris. Now that would be very appealing, mate, and appropriate too. So that's a good one, mate. Eames, but I still want to know what black magic goes into the painting. It's just very good clipping of videos to make my painting look good and specific angles of photos and such. There's definitely no magic. There's much better painters out there, and within my community as well. If you saw some of the things that get posted on my socials, it's I'm surprised they even watch my videos because they are amazing painters. Ryan's but lol, Mike, do you sacrifice a goat before each video? No, I just down a pint and eat a chocolate bar. Rothgar's put good day all. Good day, mate. Thanks for joining, Rothgar. How are you, buddy? J-Bear's put, hey, saw your Volks Grenadier video and it helped me a lot. I'm just starting to get into this game and I'd left a message on the video asking a question. I'm confused how formations work. Yes, I did see that. I was out and I wanted to make sure I answered it correctly. But I could try and answer it now, but I will reply to your comment to try and make it a little bit more understandable. So the way Flames of War works, you will get your formation. So you will get a core formation. So say you pick your Volks Grenadier infantry. Within there, you'll have like 3 black boxes. So it'll be like your HQ, and then you'll have 2 black boxes. And normally, if you're picking like an infantry list, it will just be made up of 2 infantry platoons, and you pick those. And then you have like little grey boxes that you can go through and pick, but they're not compulsory. The black ones are. And then once you've done that, you don't have to do all of them. You can just pick the 3 black boxes, for example. Then you go out of there and you've got what's called formation support. So that's when you can start adding your tanks, so your Tigers, your Panthers and stuff. So whatever's in that formation support list you can take. You can also take allied units, so Hungarians and stuff. You can also take formations from other books or other support units from other books as well. Or I think you can only take one from another book. So like the Berlin German lists can take a formation support from the D-Day German book, if that makes sense. Feel free to reach out to me privately on Messenger on Gmail or my socials, and I can definitely walk you through it, mate. Whatever you're confused with, I'll do my best to help you through it. Because it can be a little bit confusing when you first get started, but as soon as you understand it, it's like you really understand it. It's quite straightforward. Sorry, very long-winded reply. Ryan's put painting uniforms. Yes, definitely. Painting those uniforms. Late to the party today, moving plants around. Oh my God, I feel for you, mate. But it's good weather for you guys, I hear. And I think I've broken my little toe. Plan pot 1, Mikey nil. Yes, that is really unlucky, bud. But at least you did it after you got back from Normandy. Thomas has put, howdy, fellow hobbyists. Howdy to you, buddy. How are you going and what are you working on? Jeb has put, thank you. The manual doesn't really go over it well. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. I don't think I have a book here. I don't think I have a rule book here. Let me just see. Ignore the shorts for a second. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look in it. Oh, here we go. This might do the trick nicely. No, that's not it. Right. Sorry, guys, if you're not into Flames of War, I do apologise, but let's have a look. Does this come up here? Here we go. Perfect. So, hopefully you can see this. So these here are your core formations, right? So if you want to take your Panzer Grenadiers with half tracks, you would pick that one. If you want to take Panther Company, you'd pick that one. And then you'll fill whatever black boxes are compulsory within that formation, and then you can pick other ones that aren't, right? But then you'll probably have points to spare, and then you come down here, and this is what other stuff you can field. So you can field, I don't know, half tracks with AA guns. You can field anti-tank guns, tanks, whatever, depending on what source book you're going with. I don't know what book they've pulled this out of, but that's it. So it does say here, formation support units, support choices, allied support, wildcards, and formation support. I think wildcards are like your mid-war monsters. And then, yeah. So hopefully that explains it a little bit better. It's good that I actually have this on hand. I don't have any of the rule book, any of the army books. I just have the main rule book because I just use Forces of War. There we go. That's that one. Hopefully you haven't left because I'll be explaining it for people that don't get. Yes. Andy's put, hello, everyone. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining. Normally feels like a lifetime ago. Yeah, I bet. It was only like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? It was brilliant, though. Fantastic. Any news on the updated Flesh tutorial? Did I say I was going to do an updated Flesh tutorial? I'm going to do an African one. I can't remember if I said I was going to do an updated Flesh tutorial. I can definitely do one, but it's not really changed, to be honest. BF Platoon and playing Operation Squad Evolution. Oh, okay, cool. I've never heard of that game, but the BF Platoon I've definitely heard of. And it's put shorts mandatory in this weather. Well, I'm in Australia and it's bloody cold, let me tell you. Hence the jumper and the shorts, but I sweat like a mofo, so I definitely like to wear shorts where I can. Does Flames War have free French units? No, they don't have French at the minute. They did in version 3, but we're in version 4 at the moment, and they don't have any of that cool stuff just yet. But it is coming, I'm led to believe. Have you played Battle Group? I've never played it, but I've heard good things. Yes, I do. I have played Battle Group. Again, you might have to see my shorts, but I've got all of the books. All those grey books there on the bottom there, they're all Battle Group books. It's a great game, very realistic. Can turn people off playing it because it's a bit too realistic. I mean, there's like 7 dice, I think, like 6 dice to call in artillery and such. But yeah, everyone's got a role: medics, radiomen, logistics, engineers, repairs, whatever. They've all got a role, so it's very, very cool. Bears put, no, I'm here. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, excellent. That's great, mate. Thank you for confirming you're here. I know it's not wasted. Yeah, if you've got any questions, mate, I've got the book here. I can try and walk you through a bit more. It's probably a bit better I do it this way than writing. But yeah, happy to message privately offline as well. Yeah, but no worries if not, mate. No, I'll do an updated Flesh tutorial. But honestly, I've been covering the way I paint my 172 Flesh in my 172 videos after each video, at the end of each video now, because a few people had been saying, oh, why don't you just paint the Flesh in the video? And it's a good point. I was just being lazy. So most of my videos now have how I paint Flesh. Actually, this guy here, the Russian that's going to be coming out soon, if you can see him very well, hide him over my face perhaps. I'll cover how I paint his Flesh in there, so you might be able to see it in there. I mean, it doesn't go into super detail. I haven't painted eyes on him. I'm sick of painted eyes. I've just given up painting eyes now. I think they just look silly when I paint them. I think just dark eye sockets look better, because I'm trying to think, if you zoom out of yourself and make yourself 28 mil, you're not going to see your bloody eyes, are you? Let's be honest. You're not going to see your eyes. So when I paint eyes, they look like bloody, like massive, like they're going like this, you know? It just looks ridiculous. So I've given up painting eyes. It just drives me nuts. Mikey's put any tutorials are good tutorials. Yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. So no KNO and no free French, straight to the bin with that game. Yes, I know it would turn you off, mate. Definitely. Rough Gospel is still on version 1 of Flames of War. Oh shit, that's yeah. I didn't mind version 3, honestly. I was a bit of a version 3 fanboy. I thought it was pretty good. But version 4 is like is it, it's fine. It's just a fine. It's just turned people off. So it's like we've lost a lot of people because of it. And I think it's because of the way that they did the transition. It just wasn't a good move. But they brought it back, which is good. Attempts to get the Hit the Beach set if I can find it. Lava Flames War. Yeah, that's a good set as well, Ryan. That's a very good set. That's a cool Russian. That's cool, says Mike. Yeah, thanks, lads. I'll post a picture of it tonight, actually. It's not that great. It's definitely not my best work. I'm not too keen on the way he's come out. But I'll probably redo it when they bring out new Russian sculpts, if they do new Russian sculpts. Like anime eyes, yeah, exactly. If I saw a tiger tank, that's exactly how my eyes would look. Yeah, your eyes would look like that, and your trousers would be brown, I'd say. Unless it's destroyed, obviously, then I'd be a bit more like getting a tow truck or something to try and tow it away, which would never happen. But you'd need a tank to move it, obviously. Examples of play are essential for me to learn a new set of rules, particularly if they have new systems to play. Of play, yes, exactly, Adam. You've got to learn to play it. I think Battle Group had a game at Salute, oh, maybe a couple of years ago. It's run by Piers Brand half the time, I believe. He's normally the main marketer of Battle Group. I've only played a few games and I really liked it, but I've come from Flames of War, so maybe that's why. I haven't yet played Chain of Command. That's something that I really do want to get into. That's something I've said this year I'm probably going to get into. But yeah. Thomas has put, I would go mental if I tried to paint eyes. Have you thought about using the new Army Painter uniform colors that are pre-mixed with base and highlights? So, it's a good question you asked, Tom. So first of all, I agree with you with the painting eyes. So I used to do it for the videos, and I never was happy with them, especially if you zoom in your photo. The eyes was like one was looking this way, one's like looking up there, or like that. It don't look, or one they're going like that. They just don't look right. So I thought, sod it. I'm not happy with them. They drive me nuts, and they just look crazy. So yeah, no eyes. Have you thought about using the new Army Painter? So yes, good question about that. Army Painter actually reached out to me, and they're sending me the British, the US, and the German set. So we are going to see them on the channel. I have never touched Army Painter paints. That's a lie. I have touched 2, and I didn't like them. This was years ago. I didn't like their strong tone either, their wash. So 3 paints, I should say. But this was years and years ago, before I was painting for YouTube. So we will see if these new sets are good. I've heard good things. I've heard their formulas change. It's more targeted at war gamers as well. So we'll see how they come out. I'm very intrigued to know what they come out like. But that will be on the channel. Mike Spot, I use a pen for eyes now. I only paint the eyes on the character minis. Yeah, that's a good smart move. I just think the more I think about it, the more I think sometimes eyes can ruin it, because you have to paint like the eyelids, the eyebrows. If you don't paint the eyes, you can just get away with painting all this, all that, but just leave all of this like dark. Because if you zoom yourself right out, this would just be a dark mess. Your lips would be dark. Everything else would just be whatever. Like, if in my case, like almost flat white. But yeah. I don't paint eyes anymore. My eyes can't cope. Yeah, it seems to be the common theme in this channel. That's so cool. Flames of War have Fallschirmjäger. Yeah, they got Fallschirmjäger. I think they're thermoplastic though, so just be warned. I could be wrong. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they're a bit harder. What's your next British powers then? A 20 mil Pulsar glider? No, not yet. It's in my stash, ready to go. I've got a 6-pounder and a Polston anti-aircraft gun that will be coming up soon. And then I'm going to film the 17 pounder because I know Mike has been banging on about me painting a gun team. So I'm going to do it for you, mate. I'm going to be painting up the 17 pounder as a video. So I think that'd be quite a cool video. Now you guys are talking about Arnhem Heroes 3. The weapons look great for Arnhem Heroes 3. They do look fantastic. Paul Hicks' work is just great, isn't it? Just absolutely sensational work. Did you use white then paint to then black to paint the eyes? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And then somebody said that your eyes don't look like that. So then I used to put a bit of a flesh wash over them, just a very very minor like red wash over them. But yeah, I've given up with eyes now. I just think they're a waste of time for me. Some people are really good at it. I just think the more I look at them with 28mm, the more I go, it just doesn't look right. I'm saying all of this, and then next week I'll probably end up painting eyes. So don't hold me to it. But like even like looking at this Russian figure, I think he looks better without his eyes painted. I could be wrong. See, look, you guys make me question myself. Maybe I should start painting eyes. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I'm just too used to painting 172 now, guys, where I don't have to do much at all in terms of the flesh. Yeah. Mikey's 17 pounder is famous, log. Damn right it's famous. He's doing so bloody well. And you've got 3 28mm Horsa gliders. That would literally take up your whole tabletop. I wouldn't be doing that. Oh, I've missed a few actually. Rothgaspot, I brought one of those magnification glasses to paint eyes and other one. Now I just go with if I can't paint it unaided, it's not worth painting. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Especially if you're batch painting. Like if you're painting Zulus, for example, and you're painting like hundreds of them, you're not going to end up painting the bloody eyes, are you? It'll take you an age. It'll take you way too long. So yeah. I doubt these paints will be better than what you already do. That I think is as good as, but I think is as good as, better than most. Oh, thanks, mate. Than any I've seen in any publication. I hope to see more of your figures in publications. Jesus, that's very nice, Tom. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that, mate. I got the Chain of Command book, and I was looking at my figures like, oh, they look terrible compared to some of these other figures that are in here. So it's great to know that maybe I'm being a bit too critical on myself, but I definitely think my 20mm work is my best work. I think it trumps my 15 and my 28mm work. I just think like my niche is definitely my 20mm stuff, but that's just me. That's what that's how I judge my stuff. Ryan's boys found the Flames War Hit the Beach set on the website. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it still is on their website. I think it's still a set that you can get. Thomas put 17 pounder equals pheasant, 80 gun that could take out a panther in one shot. Yeah, and a tiger, right? I'm pretty sure it could take out a tiger, but not a king tiger. I don't think it was good enough to take out a king tiger, unless you obviously got a good side shot or rear shot. But I think front on it just bounced the shots. And the 17 pounders were absolutely useless at Arnhem as well. So, just like the Polston AA gun, although I think the Polston AA gun would have been probably more beneficial to the British at Arnhem than the 17 pounder. But there you go. But I like how we're all pedantically detail oriented, yet incredibly lazy with painting details. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I get like that with assembling. So like the plastic kits from Warlord Games, they give you so many options with like webbing and ammo pouches and stuff, and I just end up going, nah, I won't put too much of this on because I don't want to have to paint it all because it takes me hours. I'll be editing for hours. Mike's put, we're always our own worst critics. Yeah, exactly. Good thing I have Panzer Ace Olive Drab to paint Germans. Yep, the holy grail of Sherman paint. At Arnhem, it took £6. It took £6 75mm howitzers and PX to take out the King Tiger. Yeah, I didn't know this. I was watching James Holland and the other lad. I always forget his name, and they were talking about the British airborne at Arnhem, they had a better round for the 6 pounder, which could pierce tigers really well. So the 17 pounder was pretty much redundant. There was no need to take it, and it ended up not doing much anyway. So it makes you think, what could they have substituted for? And I'd love to play the scenario of, if they didn't take 17 pounders in the Hamilcar gliders, they could have took like Tetrarchs or Locusts. Not great, but for the rush to the bridge, that might have been a little bit better um, than the unarmored Jeeps, or at least give the Jeeps what the Americans had, that front face armor plating for the driver and the gunner, and cover the bonnet with a bit of armor plating, because those poor recce lads stood no chance in an ambush. I have British Airborne on my desk now, says Little Lancers. We both know who's to blame. Sorry, but no. Welcome, mate, and enjoy. You will absolutely love those Brits, bud. You'll absolutely love them. Al Murray, that's the one. Well done, mate. Well done. And he's put, Vallejo did a World War II Allied and Axis sets that had a lot of useful paint colors in them. Yes, they did. I took a lot of inspiration from their SS set to paint my Vallejo SS video, actually. I didn't get the set because I already had most of the paints, but I did take a lot of inspiration. I think I only changed it up very slightly. Supposedly no King Tiger was ever taken out by a frontal shot. Ever? Oh, wow. Okay. Like, not in an IS-2? Could an IS-2 not take out a King Tiger in a front-on shot? Maybe not, actually. I can't remember what the King Tiger front armor actually is compared to an IS-2's round. I did read about, was it an MA in the Bulge that took out a Tiger, but from the rear? A King Tiger? Not that's been recorded. Okay, wow. Yeah, I would not have said that. That's cool. What a beast. It's just a shame they couldn't go very far without breaking down or running out of petrol. Well, it's not a shame, because we definitely didn't want them winning the war. But from the Germans' perspective, it would have been a shame. Because, yeah, what a beast. Although, what would you rather? A King Tiger or a Jag Tiger? Because I do prefer the look of a Jag Tiger myself. The King Tiger was out this weekend at Bovington. That would have been so cool to see. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube shorts of German armor and stuff. Yeah, very cool. Tiger and King Tiger both had major transmission problems. Panther was a superior tank. Yes, I've heard that before. I'm a big fan of the Panther. I think all round it was a really great tank. I think they should have made the Panther like the Sherman and just bulk produce the Panther over the Tigers and the King Tigers, and just upgraded the Panther with better armor and a better gun, which is what they were doing with the G. They could have made it more streamlined and made the production a lot better and just kept it straightforward, like the T-34s and the Shermans. But if they did that, then we wouldn't have all these cool tanks to paint that the Germans like to create. See, I love the Panzer. I love the model of the Panzer 470A, not the V, the A. It's so ugly, but it's so cool looking as well, with the big old gun and the big body. But the Panzer 4 chassis. I love Stugs, says Mikey. Yeah, Stugs are cool. Hetzers as well. I do love a good Hetzer, although they're very easy to deal with. Although very small as well, aren't they? They're tiny little things. Tiger, 10 hours maintenance for 1 hour fighting. Show 1 hour for 10 hours fighting. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Panther also had major issues, terrible suspension and electrical issues. German Army preferred the Panther tank because of its mobility. And I think out of all the German tanks, I think it's fair to say the Panther probably was the coolest looking tank, in my opinion. Or maybe not the German tanks, but the common tanks, so like the Panther, the Sherman, and the T-34, and like the Panzer IV. I think the Panther wins for sure in terms of its look. It looks badass. Transmission problem as well. Yeah. All right, guys. Sorry, I did say this was going to be a shorter stream. I wasn't actually going to do a stream today, to be honest, because it was going to be the Panzer A stream, but it got delayed till next week. But I'm probably going to call it here. I've got work early in the morning, and I want to try and finish this video if I can, because it's uploaded. I just need to get it out there to you guys. So yeah, really enjoyed it as always. Next week will hopefully be the Panzer A stream, and back to an hour-long video. Just today, I wanted to keep it a little bit shorter so I can catch up. Although we're pretty much encroaching on an hour anyway, so we're not too far behind. Ian knew. Look, he was lying about 45 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, really appreciate all of you guys joining. I really enjoyed it. It just started getting good. It always starts to get really good towards the end. We get lots of chat and everything like that. But I can't make these any later, otherwise I'll be going to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, really appreciate it all, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. And yeah, keep an eye out for that member exclusive video that's going to be coming out very, very soon in the next, hopefully, 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, Andy's managed to catch you live for a change. Yes, that's it. It's great to have you on, mate. Hopefully we'll catch you next time. Yeah. He was ready half an hour earlier. Yeah, you got to get your timing right. All right, cheers, everyone. See you later. Whoop.